Hello students, this is a C language training program. Today I want to discuss with the structure with array, how to create the structure using arrays. The last session I discussed the structure and the nested structure I discussed. What is meant by structure? Structure is a collection of different type of elements. Structure is a collection of dissimilar data type elements, or structure is a collection of heterogeneous elements. Using one structure variable, different type of elements can store with the help of structures. Suppose if I want to represent with student details, actually students are consist with different details. Student ID integer type, student name is character string, student attendance float type. Every student represented different type of elements. Student ID integer, student name is character string, and attendance is float. If I want to represent the employee details, employee ID integer type, employee name character string, employee salary float data type. Suppose if I want to represent with item structure details, item number integer, item name character string, item rate float data type. What is the advantage of structure? One variable to store different type of elements, variety of elements. Array called as same type of elements, but structure called as different type of elements or dissimilar type of elements. What is meant by nested structure? A structure consists with another structure. A structure accessed with another structure is called as nested structure. What is the definition of nested structure? Every nested structure, two structures can be defined. One structure inside another structure. The first structure represents parent, second structure represents child structure. How to access the nested structure elements? With the help of two dot operators, two dots. Single structure elements are accessed with a single dot. Two nested structure elements are accessed with the two dots. The first dot represents parent, second dot represents child structure elements. Every structure, how many steps you have? Structure declaration, structure calling. Structure declaration before main function, structure calling inside main. How to declare the structure? Structure name, data type element 1, data type element 2, a collection of elements. Declaration ends with semicolon. Every structure declaration ended with semicolon. How to call the structure inside main? Structure, name of the structure, and a variable of the structure. The variable of structure is also called as tag name. If I want to access the structure elements, tag name only to use, tag name to be represents. Structure is a user defined data type. You can mention our own elements, our own representations. But actually I discussed only for one structure variable can access only one record. If I create student structure, one student variable can enter. If I create employee structure, one employee details I enter. If I create item structure, one item can be entered. If I create book structure, one book can be defined. What is my discussion here? I want to create structure with array. What is meant by structure with array? Same structure elements I want to represent with the array variable. That means what? Multiple records I want to allow. If I want to enter 100 student details, structure with array. 100 employee details, structure with the array. 100 books details, structure with array. What makes the difference of normal structure variable, array structure variable? Normal structure variable you can store only for one student details or one employee detail or one book details. But if I represent with a structure with array, multiple books details or multiple students or multiple employees, same type of data I want to allow. How to create a structure with array? You see the syntax. How to create structure with array? What is the syntax? You see the syntax of structure with array. How to create that? What is the syntax? Structure with array. Struct, name of the structure. After that, data type element 1, data type element 2, different type of elements to be represent. Every structure ended with semicolon, declaration ends with semicolon. Inside of main to call the structure, struct name, after that structure variable or tag name, structure variable or tag name, but this tag name identified with a square bracket. This square bracket indicates array. What is the syntax here? Struct, name of the structure, tag name. If I represent without size, only one element can be entered, one student, one employee. This tag name consists only one record. If I want to represent multiple records, tag name with size. This square bracket indicates array, structure with array, and defined size, fixed size. If I want to read the elements with help of index variable, to read the structure array elements. How to read that? For index equal to 0, how to read the structure with array elements? Index starts with 0, index ended with size minus 1, index plus plus, index increments. How to read of that? Scanf. Inside of scanf, what to be mentioned? Format strings like %d, %s, %f, format specified strings. Ampersand symbol, tag name, I mean structure variable, tag name, within the square bracket index, tag name of index dot element 1. Again similarly another element, tag name of index dot element 2. Like that you want to represent the elements, input the elements. What is the meaning of this syntax now? Listen. Index equal to 0, every array index starts from 0, every array index ends with size minus 1, index plus plus. After that, how to read the elements? Format specifiers, %d, %s, %f based on the elements. Ampersand symbol to be used, tag name. If I create the student structure, S is a tag name. After S, index. What is the index value? Initially starts 0, 0 dot, first element, dot represents structure elements, square bracket represents array, dot represents structure elements. Similarly, remaining elements also I can enter. First reading of first employee record, next reading of second employee, next reading of third employee until size minus 1, to read the elements. Once you read the elements, how to print the elements? For index equal to 0, index less than or equal to size minus 1, index plus plus. The first for loop used to read structure array. The first for loop is used to read structure array elements, elements to be read. Next for loop indicates to print the structure elements, structure array elements to be print, whatever elements already reading that to be print. How to print off that? printf. Again format strings, %d, %f like this, format strings without ampersand symbol to print the elements. Tag name of index dot element 1. Similarly second one, tag name of index dot element 2, so on, so like this to use. Finally to end off the printf, finally close the main. What is the syntax of structure with array? You see that struct name of the structure, different type of elements, group of elements. How to call that? Struct name, tag name called as short name of structure variable. This is the structure variable, tag name. After tag name, square bracket size. This is indication of array. Without square bracket, it represents only one structure elements. With square bracket to represent multiple records. How to read the structure array elements? Index equal to 0, index ends with size minus 1, index plus plus. How to read of the elements? Scanf. Format specifiers like %d, %s, %f, ampersand symbol, tag name of index dot element 1. Similarly, tag name of index dot element 2. One more for loop is there, that is for print the elements. How to print the elements? Similarly, printf, format strings, tag name of index dot element 1. There is no ampersand symbol. Printf, no ampersand symbol, just value printing. Tag name of index dot element 2. Similarly, print the elements. You see that one example I want to discuss using structure with array. What is my example? Check it. Suppose I want to create one structure. What is my structure here I want to create? What is my name of structure? Books. My structure name is books. Now I want to create the book structure. What are my elements of the books? Book structure elements. Book ID, ID of the book, and one more is book name, name of the book, and one more is price, price of the book. Now for the book ID, I want to enter the book ID details. Next I want to enter the book name details. Next I want to enter the price. Book ID, which type of data type to be represent? Book ID. Now this book ID, which type of type I want to mention? Integer type. This book ID represents integer type. This book name character string. This price is float. Now for the book ID, I make it as integer type. Book name, I make it as character type. And one more is book price, I represented as float type. Float can be used. But actually I am creating book structure with 3 elements. If I represented as tag name B, at that time only for one book details can enter. If I enter B of 3, what is the indication of B of 3? Structure with array. What is the representation of these? B is a tag name. B is a tag name. How much size? 3 size. I want to enter the 3 elements of the books. Each book ID should enter, each book name should be entered, each book price should be entered. 3 books details I want to enter. How to make of this program? How to enter the 3 books details? Suppose what is my first element? Book ID 10. What is my second element? Book name, C language. What is my third element? Price 200. Next book 11. Next book ID 11. What is my book name? C++. What is my price? 250. Next book is 12. What is my book name? Oracle. What is my price? 300. Now here 3 books details I enter. Now these all will be stored at a books structure. How to read the first element? If I want to read with the first book elements, suppose I want to read this first book details I want to read. I want to read of this first book details. How to read of that? Actually, what is my structure name? Books. What is my variable? B, B of 3 size. But how to read of the first book detail? B of 0, because of every index starts with 0. Every index value starts with 0. The index value starts with 0, that is a reason it is refer B of 0. Now I want to refer with the second book details. I want to read for 11, C++, 250. How to read of that? B of 1. I want to read of that B of 1. How to read of that elements? B of 1. If I want to read of the third book details I want to refer. How to read of that? B of 2. B of 2. The representation of third book details, B of 2. Finally, in this B of 3, 3 books I have. My structure name is books, my tag name is B, 3 books I want to read. Total size 3, 0 index starts, ended with the size -1. What is my size? 3, 3 minus 1, 2. Index starts from 0, ends with size -1, 2. How to read of the first element? If I want to read of the book ID, how to read of the book ID? If suppose I want to read this book ID, this book ID how to refer, how to read of this book ID? B of, this book ID how to refer? B of 0 dot BID. If I want to read for the second element, I want to read for the book name, I want to read for the book name. Now this book name C language book available on first book only, B of 0 dot B name, 0 indicates first book. I want to read of the first book price, to represent of first book price. How to refer the first book price? Similarly, B of 0, B of 0 called as first book dot price, third element to be read. Finally, what is my conclusion? First book all details referred with the B of 0, B of 0 dot BID, B of 0 dot B name, B of 0 dot price. If I want to read for second book, B of 1, B of 1 dot ID, B of 1 dot name, B of 1 dot price. If I want to read the third book, B of 2 dot BID, 2 dot B name, 2 dot price. Similarly, to represent of these elements. Structure with array. How to create of this structure with array? Book structure with array. You see the program, how to create of that structure with array program, check it. What is my program? Write a program to demonstrate structure with array. I want to create structure with array. Hash include std io.h, hash include conio.h, console input and output. Now I want to create structure, struct. What is my name of structure? Books. Name of the structure books, book ID integer type, book name is character string, book name it is a character string, under float price of the book, rate of the book. Inside of main to call the book structure. How to call that? Struct books. Original name books, what is my short name? B of 3. What is mean by B of 3? Indicates 3 books. Now I want to read the structure 3 books details, declaration time only I want to enter, equal to symbol. Equal to symbol represents assignment operator, declaration of structure with array only entering elements. Open flower. This is my main book. Inside of that again open flower. It is my first book. First book ID 10. First book name C language. First book price 200. Now I want to end of the first flower braces. Indicates B of 0. Now I want to enter for second book 11 C++ 250. This complete flower braces indicates second book B of 1. How to read the third book? 12. What is my book name? Oracle. Price is 300. This is my third book B of 2. Actual size B of 3, but I read only B of 0 book, B of 1 book, B of 2. Size -1. Close these. How to print off these elements? How to print off these elements? Already I inputted books details. Printf books list. Whatever books already inputted, how to see that? Books list. For loop to be represent. For. Now here to be declare I for index variable. For loop I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 2, I plus plus. Index ends with size -1. How to print off the details? Printf. First I want to print a book ID %d /t for tab space. Book name equal to %s backslash t, book price equal to percentage f backslash n. After printing of one book, backslash n. Now here I want to print a book ID, first element backslash t tab space, next book name string backslash t tab space, same line. Price is percentage f, after that backslash n. Moving on next slide. How to print of that? B of I dot bid, B of I dot bname, B of I dot price. What is meant by indicates? Index variable, I for index. Now you see here I equal to 0, 0 less than 2, yes true, 0 is less than 2, true. Now I want to print a B of 0 dot bid. What is a B of 0? First book. What is the first book ID? 10. Next B of 0 dot book name, C language, B of 0 dot price, 200. Once I print off that, I increments, I value increments. Now I is 1, B of 1 dot bid, I mean 11, B of 1 dot bname, C plus plus, B of 1 dot price, 250. Next I plus plus, B of 2 dot bid, I mean third book, 12, B of 2 dot book name, Oracle, B of 2 dot price, 300. After that 3 less than 2, false. Now this is the representation structured with array, 3 books I enter. Now I want to print off the detail, save. What is my name I used? struct3.c or struct4.c, struct4.c. Now I want to compile and run this program. Struct4.c, struct4.c. If I inside of these, it's a comment line. If I see, if I print off that, you see the answer, book ID 10, book name C language, price 200, B of 0. Book ID 11, book name C++, price 250, it is a second book, B of 1. Book ID 12, book name is Oracle, price 300, it is a third book, B of 2. B of 0, B of 1, B of 2. Finally, what is my conclusion here? Structure with array. Whenever you create with a structure with array, if I want to represent a structure with array, one variable can store multiple records. Whenever you go for structure with array now, multiple records can be stored at one variable. Every structure with array, index value started from 0, ends with size minus 1, ends with size minus 1. Index value increments. Now for the structure with array, multiple records can be read. You want to read the multiple records, then go for structure with array. Suppose I want to represent with the structure with array, I want to given the details. Which details I want to give here? I want to enter with the student details. Student structure details with array. I want to enter for 10 student details. 10 student ID, 10 student names, 10 student marks. Using 10 students, I want to calculate with the total average result. That is possible with the help of structure with the array to be processed. You see that how to create structure with array here, how it is working off. One more example to be create. What is my example now? Structure with array. What type of structure I want to create? You see that what type of structure I want to create here. Whenever I want to go for this structure with array, check it. I want to define with student structure details. If I want to define student structure details to be defined, what is my name of the structure I want to define? Student. Name of the structure to be defined as student. Students is my structure S. S is my structure variable 5. 5 means 5 students. Structure with array. The name of structure student, array name S, 5 size. Here I want to enter with I want to enter student M1, student M1, mark 1 for the student, mark 2 for the students. What are my elements? Mark 2 and mark 3. Total to be calculated for the each student, average to be calculated, result to be calculated. These are the elements. Now in this representation, student M1, M2, M3 and total, these all are which type of elements? You can say integer type. These all first 4 elements are integer type. Next I want to create with average. Now the average is which type of element I want to represent? Float type. I want to represent the average float type. After that result I want to represent it as which type? Character type. That means pass or fail. Is it student is pass or fail? Like this I want to create the student structure details with 5 students. Now in this student structure, marks to be input, total to be calculate, average to be calculate, result to be calculate. How to make of that program now? Check it. What is my program here? Structure. What is my program? Structure with student details and evaluate, I mean calculate, total comma average comma result details. Structure with array, student details, evaluate, total, average, result. How to make of that? Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. Now I want to create with one structure, struct students, int m1, m2, m3, total, t for total, character res, result, res for result, under float a for average, under float a for average. Inside of main, structure declaration ends with main, declaration ends with semicolon. Inside of main, struct students, struct student, original name students. What is my short name? S. S of 5. S of 5 means 5 students to be entered. Int I for index. Now I want to read with the student marks. First I want to read the student marks. Enter student marks. First I want to read the student marks. How to read that? For loop. I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 4, because my array size 5. That is why I less than or equal to 4. I plus plus, how to read the elements? Scanf. M1 mark is integer type %d, M2 mark is integer type %d, M3 mark is integer type %d. How to read of that? Ampersand S of I. S is the tag name of students, S of I dot M1, ampersand S of I dot M2, ampersand S of I dot M3. What is the meaning of this? S of 0 dot M1 first student mark, S of 0 dot M2 first student M2 mark, S of 0 dot M3 first student third mark. After that I plus plus, S of 1 dot M1, S of 1 dot M2, S of 1 dot M3, like that 5 student marks. After input that which to be calculated? S of I dot t, t for total, S of I dot M1 plus, S of I dot M2 plus, S of I dot M3, all marks to be added. How to find out average? S dot A equal to average, S of I dot t divided by 3, 3 subject marks, S of I dot t divided by 3, because of 3 subject marks I have, that is why you have to go for this. How to evaluate result? If condition is if S of I dot M1 greater than or equal to 40, S of I dot M2 greater than or equal to 40 and S of I dot M3 greater than or equal to 40. If all marks are above 40, I mean first student mark 1 is above 40, second student mark 2 is above 40, third student mark is above 40, then I want to calculate result. S of I dot R, S of I dot RES, RES for result equal to P, P for pass. S of I dot RES equal to P, P for pass, it is a character variable. Else, if it is not above 40, S of I dot res equal to f, f for fail, it is fail. Finally, in this first I inputted the M1 mark, M2 mark, M3 mark, calculated the total M1 plus M2 plus M3, calculated average total divided by 3, calculated result pass or fail. Each mark is above 40, result is pass, else result is fail. Finally, to print all student details, printf students details, whatever details already inputted, that should be print. Again for loop, I equal to 0. Now this is for reading of the for loop. Next I want to use for printing the detail, I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 4, I plus plus. Because of here how many students? 5 students. I want to print the details, printf. I want to print the details, which I want to print, total equal to percentage d, average equal to percentage f, result equal to percentage c, backslash n, new line to be called, after first student backslash n, s of I dot t, t for total, s of I dot a for average, s of I dot res, result, 3 elements. Finally get ch to end of the main. See that. Now I want to save the program. Now file save, structure 5.c, structure 5.c. If I run this program, check it, structure 5.c, struct 5.c. If I compile and run this, check it, enter the student marks. If I enter the student marks 35, then 35, then 45. Next another student marks 45, 55, 65. Next another 3 student marks 76, 78, 89. Another 3 students marks 40, 24, 38. Another student marks 89, 90, 99. Totally 5 sets of students I giving. What is the first student total? 115, average 38, result is fail because of below 40, below 40 I have. Second student 165, average is 55, result is pass because of above 40. Third student also pass, above 40. Fourth student again fail because of below 40, average also below 40. Fifth student is pass because of average is above 40. Totally, what is my conclusion here? Whenever you are working with a structure with array, whenever you are working with a structure with array, if I created with 100 student marks, if I inputted 100 students marks, first I want to read the 100 student marks with the for loop. After reading of 100 students marks, calculated the total based on the expression s of I dot m1 mark 1, s of I dot m2 mark 2, s of I dot m3 mark 3. After calculation of total, average to be evaluated, s of I dot average equal to s of I dot total divided by number of subjects, 3 subjects. After calculation of that, result to be calculated. How it is evaluated result? If each subject mark is above 40, then I want to store the past result. If any student mark is below 40, then I want to print the result fail. Inside of for loop, s of I dot m1 greater than or equal to 40, s of I dot m2 greater than or equal to 40, s of I dot m3 greater than or equal to 40. If all marks are above 40, s of I dot result equal to pass, p for pass. If all marks, any mark is below 40, the result is fail. If any mark is below 40, result to comes fail. But these all expressions to be calculated inside of for loop. What is the indication of I here? Index. Structure with array, index value started from 0, index ended with size minus 1, index increments. Like that you have to go for structure with array process. Now I want to discuss with one more example, structure with array only, one more example, one more calculation. You see one more example, structure with array, how it is create a structure with array, one more example, see the program. What is my program? Another string. Write a program to demonstrate. Write a program to demonstrate items structure, items details, item structure with array. I want to create item structure with array. How to create that? Hash include std io.h, hash include conio.h. Now I want to create with struct items. Items is a structure. I want to define with item id, item number, integer type, character, item name, it is a string type. After that float, under float I used rate of the item, quantity of the item. I want to evaluate price and I want to evaluate discount, I want to evaluate bill. But these all are for which type of elements? Float elements. Item number integer type, item name is character string, rate, quantity, price, discount, bill, all elements are float type. Every structure declaration ended with semicolon. Inside of me struct, how to call that? Struct items, struct items, it is a variable, it of 5, 5 indicates 5 items I want to enter, structure with array, 5 items I want to enter, int I for index. How to read of that? Printf enter items details, I want to enter the item details. How to read of that? For I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5 minus 1, 4, I plus plus. How to read of the details here? Scanf. What is my first to be read? Item number percentage %d. Next I want to read item name percentage %s. Next I want to read rate percentage %f, quantity percentage %f, remaining should be calculated. Ampersand it of I dot item number, it of I for index, ampersand it of I dot item name, ampersand it of I dot rate, ampersand it of I dot quantity. These to be input. Here I inputted with item number, item name, item rate, item quantity. How to print off that? It of I dot t total price, it of I dot total price or price. Here I used with price equal to it dot it of I dot rate into it of I dot quantity, I for index. After that it of discount, it of I dot discount equal to it of I dot total price or price into 0.10, it of I dot bill equal to it of I dot which I want to use price minus discount, it of I dot discount, like this to be calculated. Finally, to print the answers of each item I want to print the answers. Printf, I want to print only bill, just I want to print only final bill for all items final bill percentage %f, remaining also print it of I dot bill. Close that, close the values, get ch to end of that. File new save. What is my name I used? Structure 6.c, structure 6.c, item structure with array, structure 6.c. Now I want to enter item number 1, item name something, rice. Here you are getting one error, floating point error, abnormally terminate, I mean floating points not linked here. floating values not linked, that is the reason I changed integer type, because here floating values not linked, that is the reason integer type I changed. Otherwise you can give off the float also. Percentage d side giving, because of all our integers I define percentage d. Floating points are not linked, that is the reason. 1 rice. What is the rate? 40 rupees per kg, 3 kgs. Bill is 108. That means 40 into 3, 120, and percentage of discount also it will be there. Next to it will be there. So item name is sugar, and 55 kgs. Bill is 225. Actually 250, but it is without discount. With the discount it will be added these 3, and item name and quantity, and one more item 4 soap, item name soap, and rate is 52 soaps, and one more item nuts, here actually item number and item name. Totally 5 items I inputted, these 5 items, but these all I defined as integers. You can enter the details. Now you see, now I want to create with a copied structure. Under structure with array only, copied structure I want to define. Write a program to demo copied structure. How to copy the structure? One structure elements copy to another structure. I am creating one structure, that structure I want to copy to another structure. How to copy the structured elements? Struct. I am creating with something, any structure, employee. Inside of that employee ID and employee name, just 2 elements. Employee ID, employee name, just 2 elements. Otherwise here I used with the int department number, one more is department name. Now I want to create with this is struct employee, these are the elements. After that inside of main, now I want to create with struct, what is the name? Employee. What is my first variable? D1. Under D1 I enter the detail. Department number 10, department name is sales. This is my D1. Now I creating one more variable D2 variable. Actually D1 variable, D1 structure variable I enter 2 elements, but D2 structure variable I declare, but there is no elements. What is my request? Under D2 I want to copy from D1, D2 elements expected from D1. Copied structure. How to copy of these? D2 dot dno equal to D1 dot dno. How to copy the string? String copy. D2 dot dname comma D1 dot dname. First department name copy to second one. Printf. I want to print the second D2 details. Copied structure details. How to print off that? Department number percentage d, department number percentage d, department name percentages. How to print off that? D2 dot department number, D2 dot department name, which is already inputted for D1. Those elements copy to D2, same elements copy to D2. One more header file also I use, hash include string.h also I used. Save the program. I want to use for struct 7.c. I want to compile and run this program. Struct 7.c. Copy the elements. Struct 7.c. One structure elements copy to another structure. What is the D2 details? Department number 10, department name sales. Just I make a space, \n. Here I want to make a space, \n. D1 details copy to D2. Now see, now in the structure, which structures I discussed, The today session already I discussed the structures. Which are the structures I discussed? One is for structure with array, how to create structure using array variable, and one more I discussed copied structure, how to copy one structure elements into another structure. Now, the today session I discussed with the structure with array, how to create structure elements with array variable, and one more is how to copy the structure, one structure elements copy to another structure. How to copy one structure elements into another structure? What is the formula to be used? Second structure element equal to first structure element. First you have to create two variables. You have to create with the two variables. Second structure element equal to first structure element, or second structure tag name equal to first structure tag name. Then only you can copy the elements. Finally, the today session I discussed structure, how to create with array variables, and how to copy one structure elements into another structure. The discussions are completed now. Today topic is completed. Then tomorrow session I started with how to make a structure using functions, how to make a structure using function variables. In the next session I discussed. Thank you for this video.